Let's have working in parallel. Okay? When lights are attached in parallel, each light is on its own circuit to the power source. Each bulb daw, nasa connection or it has its own circuit from the power source. Okay? If one filament burns out, it has no effect on the remaining lights. Diba? As you can see, each bulb has its own mini circuit that is separate from the other, but they all work together as part of a larger circuit. Kita nyo dire, in a parallel circuit, electric current can continue even one light bulb is burned out. Masin punder pa ng isa diha, electrons or electric current can continue to move along the circuit. It has no effect from the other bulbs. So, munang advantage sa parallel, no? As what I have said earlier, if mamalit mo Christmas light, make sure nga naka-parallel circuit to siya para dili mo lugi. Okay?
Original.
Yun, original na.
Yes.
Sige, proceed ka sa next. Okay, ayos ako na. So we have the advantages and disadvantages of series circuit first. Ba, you've answered this in your Schoology saka sa yung mga naka-module. So give me one advantage of series circuit. Isa man, advantage.
Hindi mag-overcharge.
Ha? Ano sa advantage sa series circuit? Ha?
Hindi siya mag-overheat or on.
Mag-flow dyan.
Kapit ako man, oy.
Ibang isa.
Mga 1. sorry, nasiro din ni Agi. Okay. Ano sa one advantage sa series circuit?
Hindi siya mag-overheat.
Okay, ano pa?
All circuit components, sir, ay control siya sa isa ka switch.
Yun, tama.
Sir, naghahatag siya additional power, sir.
Yes, that's one of the advantages of series circuit. So, advantages of series circuit, we have the bulbs light up with the same brightness. Okay? If gusto ka sa mong balay, pare-pareha lang ka brightness ang mong bulb, then you will use series circuit. Okay? The current in the circuit increases if more cells are connected. Then the last one advantage is all circuit components are controlled by one switch. If tapulan ka nga pagkabata, then gamit series circuit, isa lang ka switch, then palong na tanan ng bumbilya. Ana na siya. Okay? So what if let's proceed to disadvantages of having a series circuit. Sige, unsa may disadvantage sa series circuit daw?
Cells in series do not cells
Sir, ma-overheat.
Cells in series do not last long.
Okay, sige. That's one of the disadvantages no sa pa before I reveal mine. Two or more pathways. I think parallel na siya. Okay, single path lang man series.
The disadvantage of series circuit is that the rest will no longer able to work if one part stops.
Okay, very good. So, disadvantage of series circuit is if bulb or lamp is burnt, other bulbs will not light up. Magiging
Yes.
pinaka-classic no na disadvantage sa series circuit. Then, as well as, cells in series do not last long. Hindi na sila magdugay, guys. If more bulbs are added, the resistance in the circuit increases, causing the electric current that flows to decrease. So, sa atong series circuit, if daghang bumbilya, dili inana ka bright ang light sa isa ka bulb. Kay daghang nagakonsume og electricity, daghang nagakonsume og electrons when we use series circuit. So if we put many resistors or many bulbs in a series circuit, dili ina naka-bright ang light sa isa ka bulb. Okay? So how about the parallel circuit? Parallel circuit. So the advantages, we have,
Kung ma-breakdown ang isa, sir, kay on pa rin ang iba.
yes, very good.
If one of the bulbs are burnt, the others continues to shine.
Yes. So that's the classic advantage of a parallel circuit. Kung discuss yung parallel, kung magamit sa balay o parallel, munang pinaka-advantage. If one of the bulbs is burnt, the other bulbs continue to shine. Okay? Then, as well as, parallel cells last longer. Mas magdugay gid siya kung kaniya itong gamiton. Each bulb receives the same voltage that is supplied by the electric source. Okay? Sa disadvantages, we have the voltage does not increase or decrease if cells of the same type are connected in parallel. The electric current in the circuit is the same even though more cells are connected in parallel. Then, as what I have read from your answers, most of it, kay nag-mention mo nga ang parallel is lisod siya i-create. Tama ba? Have you ever tried kaning mag-create og circuit ba? Naka-try na ba mo?
Yes, sir.
Kasi
Wala.
Wala pa, sir.
Supposedly karon gid siya no, katong nga grade 8 mo, di ba?
yes, sir.
But unfortunately, di na to siya mabuhat kay ngano dapat dili ta mo gasto good. Then daghan restrictions. So naningkamot pug ko nga mangita kog mga experiment which is ang mga materials is available lang sa inyong balay. So mamang one of our rules nga di gyud mo pagastuon kay isod kayong panahon. Okay?
Na.
Can you consider a light switch as a resistor? Dili. Kay ang switch man good, dili siya naga-consume og electrons. Okay? Dili man musiga ang switch. Ang ihang trabaho lang man is ang ihang function is to off or to on the bulb, di ba? Then as what I have also read from your answers katong sa enumeration ng activity, ang switch is one of the parts of or one of the safety electrical devices. Kay ngano, switch man god, it offs or ons the bulb, di ba? Kay syempre dili man pwede nga permi magsiga ang atuang or permi mag-andar ang atuang appliances or ang bulb, which is very very delikado gid siya because it causes heat, then eventually magkuan siya mag-transform siya into fire. Yun. Okay, I hope I answered your question. Okay, basa sa tag-chat. So it can only be considered a resistor if it consumes electric current for itself. Yes. So ma-consider lang siya nga resistor or resistance if it regulates the amount of electrons that will flow along the circuit. Okay, pag mag-consume siya og electrons, that means it also regulating the amount of electrons na mobalik sa power source. Okay? So yun. So light switch, kuan siya, isa na siya sa mga Now, safety electrical devices we have. Okay, let's proceed to the next slide. Kanino? Gusto mo na ko ni tagag-emphasis because there were 5 lang ata kastudyante sa unong section that got the correct answers or that got a perfect score. Kaya siya, consider the series circuit below. What is the total resistance of the circuit? So in order to get the resistance, we just have to add.
Add, sir.
Yes. So as you can see here, the formula, resistance is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. So kani, so sa inyong activity sa week 2, I change the problem kasi or the given problems kay there were some of you daghan pa kayo wala yung answer, then to be fair sa mga nahumana para patas, so I change this one. Okay, so kani kuha ang resistance niyo daw kung pila.
24, sir.
24. 24, sir.
So we have
24.
so 6 plus 8 plus 10 is equal to 24. Kani there were some of you wala napansin ang K, K stands for kilo, which means kilo ohms siya. Dili siya kay ohms lang or ohm. Okay? Remember that 1 kilo ohm is equal 1 kilo ohm is equivalent to 1,000 ohm. So daghag na misluk kaning K dire or kaning kilo. Okay, again, 1 kilo ohm is equivalent to 1,000 ohm. So kani siya, we have 24 kilo ohm. So if we want to to convert it into ohm, since wala man ko na-specify.
Ba?
Since wala ko na-specify if ohm ako ang pangitaon or kilo ohm. So you can convert this one. For example, kaning 6 kilo ohm. So when you convert 6 kilo ohm, in 1 kilo ohm, we have 1,000 ohm. So what you are going to do, kaning nasa right side, 6 kilo ohm times 1,000 ohm is equal to 1 kilo ohm. I mean, divided by 1.
Open na ako sa Microsoft, tapos nakay pisliton, tapos usay ingon sa imong teacher mo ay mo kuan, musulat ra dito dayon. Take it away.
Paki-mute.
Ay,
Karena. Sige. 'Di ba? As I have mentioned earlier that 1 kilo ohm is equivalent to 1,000 ohm. Okay? So inani ang pag-convert ana. So i-cancel out lang nimo ang kilo ohm tsaka katong kilo ohm, then the resulting factor or the resulting the answer is 6,000 ohm. Inana na siya pag-convert. So how about 8 kilo ohm? Pila man na siya sa ohm?
8,000 ohm.
Pila?
8,000 ohm.
Yes, 8,000 ohm. Okay, very good. How about 10 kilo ohm?
10,000 ohm.
So we have 10,000 ohm. So yun. So if we are going to add those converted na mga amount, so atong answer dere is 24,000 ohm. If I'm not mistaken, tama ba? Yeah daw. 6,000 plus 8,000 plus 10,000 is equal to
24,000 ohm.
yes, 24,000 ohm. Okay, very good. So remember this one. Okay, proceed ta. Okay, what is the voltage of the battery in the circuit in the previous slide problem if the total current is 0.5. So in this particular problem, we are looking for someone say missing.
Kuan total current.
Total current ba? Na naman tayo total current.
Voltage.
Voltage.
So we are looking for voltage. So some of you no ang ilahang gigamit na formula is yung formula for electric current, which is nanamtay current we have 0.5. So kung basahan itong tarong, so we are looking for voltage. Okay? So next is kani siya. Mo itong given. Electric current, we have 0.5 ampere. As you can see here in this in this problem. Then itong resistance, we have 24 kilo ohm. Diba? Sa previous slide here. So we have 24 kilo ohm. So isolve niyo daw ang voltage using the formula of voltage. The answer is
12,000.
12,000.
12, sir.
Okay, ansiran sana ko yung question dira. Sir, kung yung resistance mag-increase, anong mangyari sa current? So if mag-increase ang resistance, the current will decrease. Okay? Current is directly proportional to the voltage and inversely proportional to the resistance. If dako ang amount sa resistance sa circuit, it means gamay ang amount sa ito ang electric current. Okay? So muna ang rule or muna ang state sa Ohm's law. Again, pag nag-increase ang resistance, it means mag-decrease po datong current. Ano siya? Okay? So the answer here is kadugay man next. So we have 12 kilovolt. Some of you, no, there were some of you nang ibutang lang is volt without looking for this kilo or this letter K ba. As we all know, when ampere combined with ohm, ang result na voltage.
So, sir, kung walay kay mali.
Ana gid siya.
Oh my God.
Pag walay K, wala gyud na siya, di ba? Pag kay ngano, kung 12 kilovolt man god, if i-convert nimo siya into volt, lahi ang answer, di ba? 12,000 na to. If i-convert nimo siya into volt. Okay. So again, if ampere when combined with ohm, the resulting factor or the resulting answer na is we have volt. Pero there is atuang given, since kilo ohm man siya, so ang atuang unit na gamiton must be kilovolt. Okay? So what if gusto ninyo i-convert siya into ohm or volt kay dili mo gustuhan ng kilo kay wala siya gidiscuss? Okay. So we are going to convert it. Pila man ang 24 kilo ohm sa ohm? 'Di ba? Nag-ingon mo ganiya na it is
24,000.
yes, 24,000 ohm. Dugay man kani next kani siya. So we have 24,000 ohm. So, if na-convert na to siya, i-multiply na to siya sa 0.5, 0.5 times 24,000, ginaw, 0.5 times 24,000. Pila man?
120,000.
120,000 ba?
12,000.
24,000 times 0.5. Daw, be? Mo calculator ba?
12,000.
12,000.
Times 0.5. So, we have 12,000. So, para i-check na to siya, i-convert ning 12 kilovolt into volt. 1 kilovolt is equivalent to 1,000 volt. Sige daw, i-convert din yung 12 kilovolt into volt. Reveal na nung answer. Diyan. Mula lagi niyo i-atot na next. Sige. So, 12 kilovolt, if ato siyang convert into volt, we have 12,000 volt. Ha? Kanya yung i-remember niyo. 1 kilo ohm is equivalent to 1,000 ohm. 1 kilovolt is equivalent to 1,000 volt. Yan na siyang process, ha? Question. Nadir sa chat. Okay. Kung yung voltage decrease, yung resistance mag-increase. Okay? Remember, ginang Ohm's law. Electric current is directly proportional to voltage, but inversely proportional to resistance. Pag dako si voltage o si electric current, that means gamay ang amount sa atong resistance. But if great ang atong resistance, then voltage and electric current is increase siya. Increase yung amount or great ang iyang amount. So muna ang rule or manang rule sa atuang Ohm's law. Okay? So, napay mga question dire. Tama po ang 12,000, sir, di ba? Tama ang 12,000 pag tama po di mong unit na gigamit, which is yung voltage. Pero kung kV ang gibutang, that means mali gyud ka. Pero pag voltage, then there's no problem. Putol-putol kasi ala. Tayo ng wifi. Sir, tama Japon ang 12 na answer, sir. Tama ang 12 na answer if ang imong unit na gigamit is kilovolt, dili volt lang. Okay? Kay pag volt lang lahi ang pudguna. Okay? So sama ni. Sir, ano po gani ang relationship sa current, voltage, at yung resistance? So, their relationship is explained through Ohm's law. Diba? Ohm's law states that electric current is directly proportional to the voltage.
Sir, putol-putol.
Putol-putol, nihinay. Klaro na?
Yes, sir.
Klaro na? Choppy? Tempa.
Okay na, sir.
Okay naman. Wala man.
Okay na?
Okay na,
Okay
sir.
na.
So, the relationship between current, voltage, and resistance is described through Ohm's law. It states that when electric current and voltage is directly proportional sila to each other but inversely proportional to the resistance. Pag ang current dako or great yung amount, it means ang voltage pod is great pod ang amount. but ang resistance is less ang iyang amount. Pag dako ang amount sa resistance, it means gamay ang amount sa current and voltage. So muna siya ang ilahang relationship. Okay. So proceed ta. Ay na guys, na pa mga tana wala. Sige, pangutana lang kay. Sige, if na pangutana na before ta mag-proceed. Okay, wala. Nag-get sa mga ninyo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Dali.
sir.
Dali lang po.
Yes.
Basin karon ba no, nanay problem solving sa kuan ba? Sa exam. Okay. We will proceed. Pag-mute ko. Okay, yun. We will proceed to safety electrical devices. So, before that, let's proceed the classic accident na nag-occur sa atong home, which is ang short circuit. 'Di ba? If magtan-aw tag mga balita, permin lagi ingon nga ang cause do sa fire is short circuit. Pero what do you mean? Unsa magiput pasabot na yung short circuit, no? A short circuit is simply a low resistance connection between the two conductors supplying electrical power to any circuit. This results in excessive current flow in the power source through the short and may even cause the power source to be destroyed. It is a classic accident that occurs mostly no sa mga kanang mga news about fire. No, sa mga short circuit. A short circuit is simply a low resistance connection between the two conductors supplying electrical power to any circuit. This results in excessive current flow in the power source through the short and may even cause the power source to be destroyed. Okay, sa short circuit, usually ang flow sa electrons will start from the power source. Because of power source, it allows electrons to flow along the circuit. So, as you can see here, kani sa left side sa tamag-una, no, ang electrons will travel along the circuit. So, gikan sa power source, ma-meet niya ang resistor, then the bulb will consume or will use any amount of electrons, allowing or regulating the amount of electrons na mag-flow along the circuit. Okay? But how about if na short circuit? So as you can see here, sa right side, na ay wire na ning sapaw sa tuwang circuit, sa tong series. Buta na tong series circuit na siya. Okay? So, instead ng electrons will flow dadto padulong sa atong resistor or sa tuwang bulb or sa atong resistance, ning shortcut siya, 'di ba? Pabalik sa atong power source. Ang problema ko nani is if daghan kitag electrons, mainit atong wire. If walay mag-regulate sa electrons, right? If walay mag-regulate sa ilahang numbers. If sobra-sobra ang electrons nga present sa isa ka circuit, mainit siya and eventually it will lead to fire. Muna siya ang short circuit. Walay resistance or walay resistor na nag-regulate sa electrons no sa isa ka circuit. Nag-gets ang short circuit or wala? Nag-gets?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So question there is, sir, is there any benefit for using a short circuit? I haven't read. Paki-mute ko. I haven't read any benefits kung magamit ay short circuit. But most of the time, short circuit kasi mag-lead yun siya fire. Diba? Okay, let's proceed to the next slide. Okay. So here, another picture, another image showing the short circuit, no? Okay. So instead, ang electrons will flow padulong sa atong resistor o sa resistance because na short circuit, ang atong electrons karon dire na siya moagi. Di ba? Nag-create siya og shortcut pabalik sa atong power source. So it causes too much electrons. Pag daghang electrons, it will cause to hotness, init ang atong wire, then eventually, mag-cause siya og fire. That is why, pinaka-importante diya, regularly check, no, the wire basig. Naay mga open circuit ba, no, that makes the electron travel more shorter pabalik dito sa tong power source. Okay, sa chat sa short circuit, ang pangutana niya is nabay benefit of having a short circuit. I haven't read, wala pa ko kabasa if there are benefit, no, of having a short circuit, but most of the time wala mo gyud siya ikuan gyud, mo siya benefit, no, kaning short circuit kasi if too much ang electrons sa isa ka circuit, padulgan na is fire basta mo init na gani na siya, sunod na it will cause fire. Okay? So, what is the purpose of the secondary wire that is connected to nothing? If we just remove that, it would be a normal end circuit. Kaning red wire, muning wire, no? Kung asa mag-travel ang electrons from the power source to the resistor. This blue one, dito na yung electrons na pabalik doon sa power source. Okay? This red one, we usually call this one as hot. The blue one, we call this the neutral. There is a neutral, we can see the electrons coming back to the power source. But there is a hot or sa red wire, there itong electrons that are coming or that are moving padulong sa tuwang resistance or resistor or sa tuwang bulb. Okay? So next slide, we have mga safety electrical devices. Okay? Sa yung book, we have fuse, yung classic na safety electrical device. Ang fuse is a safety electrical device that is made up of a thin metal strip that melts and breaks the circuit when overloading and overheating happen. Okay, ang ginabuhat sa fuse, once it detects na naay open circuit, ginamelt niya until the circuit will break, no? Until maputol ang atuang circuit. So by having that, dili naka-flow ng electrons. Okay? Wala na yung electrons, wala na yung path for the electrons to flow. So yun, dili naka-travel ng electrons. So palong ng tanan atuang appliances or atuang bulb. Next one would be the circuit breaker. It has the same function with the fuse. Pero ang circuit breaker is advanced replacement. No, mas advanced siya when it is compared to a fuse. Okay? It operates similar to the function of a fuse. So yun. Next one, we have earthing. Earthing or electrical grounding is using a wire or other conductors to connect electrical devices and equipment to the earth. Ang purpose ng earthing or electrical grounding is that para dili concentrated ang electrons in a particular device or appliances, no? Ang earth karon or ang ground mag-serve siya as recipient sa excessive electrons. Pag daghang electrons, because of earthing or electrical grounding, dadto ni ay hatag ang electrons sa ground para to create, no? Dili kay ta kung mahika pa natong appliances ba, dili kay ta mo ground gani because other electrons is nana siya sa kwan, sa earth. Mo nang ginatawag siya as earthing or electrical grounding. The last one is we have double insulation. Kaya yung double insulation is doble yung kanyang insulator. When we say insulator, it does not allow electrons to flow through it. No? Dili ka flow ang electrons diri sa tuwang insulator. That is why when we double insulator or if we have double insulation, it is very impossible for us na makurintihan or na mag-ground. So yun yung purpose ng double insulation or doble ang insulator. Okay, that's it. It ends our review meeting for our second preliminary examination. So if
Thank you, sir.
If na may question, please feel free to ask me. Ay, pag-ask na lang mo diri samtang wala pa nag-end ang atong kwan.